celebrating, we'll just say a milestone birthday. First of all, in one of the 27 text messages I got from Estelle today, I was supposed to say who I am. I think most people know me. I'm Randy Ray, a family physician with the Real Ninja, been there a long time. I've been just as long a time at the free clinic. And I'm a friend of the family in FOF, and I really feel more like a member of the family. So it's my pleasure to be up here honoring the man of the hour. I'd also like to announce our out-of-town guests, Greg and Holly from Atlanta. I suspect he flew in since he's a pilot. Jerry and Dawn, Hope and Haley from New Jersey. Jennifer and Langdon, Nicholas and Charlotte from Connecticut. Victoria, their other daughter, is on a rowing team and apparently quite talented. So she is up there training, and hopefully they'll be going to nationals soon, but I'm sure she wishes she was here. And also like to recognize Mike and Hilda from Pittsburgh.
Let's go Pens!
He's a Steelers guy, you know. But he got that crying out every year. Yeah, I was at work this morning. I had to work this morning. That's a big surprise. And one of my patients shared a story with me this morning, and for some reason it made me think about tonight. It's about these two brothers, and Sam's very close to many people in this room. Anyway, these two brothers really tight. And one of them had to go to Europe for an extended period of time. So the other brother stayed behind and kept his cat. So he would periodically call and check in and say, how's the cat doing? And he was fine. So one day he called and said, well, how's the cat? And the guy said, oh, the cat's dead. He went, that's it? That's how you're going to tell me the cat's dead? That's it? Couldn't you have broken it to me a little bit better? And a little bit simpler, gentler? And he said, what do you want me to say? You want me to make up some story like, okay, the cat got out of the house, cat ran up a tree, couldn't get the cat down, called the fire department came, we got the cat out of the tree, cat got loose, couldn't catch the cat ran across the street, got hit by a car, scooped the cat up, rushed it to the vet, 2 hours we worked on resuscitation, the cat just didn't make it, I am so sorry. I said, is that what you want? And he said, well yeah, that's a lot better. That's a lot better, thanks. Yeah, you could have told me that way. So while I got to how's Grandma? And the guy goes, geez, Grandma. Well, Grandma ran up a tree. Well, we know that Sam's not ready to run up a tree anytime soon, nor do any of us want him to. I can remember when I first heard about Sam Cosnati, I was an intern, I was a resident. And Sam was director of pharmacy for Roanoke Memorial Hospital, and he ran a tight ship. And as such, he was chair of the P&T committee of pharmacy and therapeutics. And he was tough as nails. I mean, getting a new drug on the formulary was like pulling teeth. And several of my colleagues, quite frankly, didn't really like him. They couldn't. Can you imagine? Yeah, just tough as nails. But then I got to know him later, and I thought, this guy's really not the hard-nosed jerk that I thought he was going to be. In reality, he cared about the hospital, he cared about the pharmacy, but he cared about the patients. And he just wanted what was best for all, and to this day, that's how he lives his life. He wants what's best for all. What do I say? I've gotten to know him very well for the last couple of years, the last 10 or 15 or 20 years, and he makes me feel inadequate sometimes, Sam can do so many things and so many things well. Where do you start? I mean, he's an avid hunter, he's a terrific fisherman, he's a great Sam would make up a fishing story? I mean, this man of integrity and honesty. Great outdoorsman. He's a bonsai tree expert, which is kind of weird. He is a great cook. Very great. He made the salmon tonight, which he claimed he caught, but now we know different. He can bake his pants off, much to Estelle's chagrin, because he's so talented at it. He's a winemaker, and it tastes pretty good. I gotta admit. He's a loving father, but he's also one of the best friends anybody could ever hope to have. I think everybody in this room has been touched in one way or another by this man. I could keep going on and on about it, but I won't. If somebody asks me in a phrase to describe Sam Cosnati, I say this guy is a true Renaissance man. So many interests, and he's still going strong. He's not slowing down a bit. That drive is still there. We're all the better for it. I want to present to you the man of the hour, the Renaissance man, Sam Cosnati.
Yeah, I like those kind of words, a Renaissance man. Anyway, the reason this party came about, I guess 5-6 years ago, I was at a gym one day and I'm talking to this elderly gentleman, and he said to me, he said, that's a weird thing. He said, people you talk to, he said, you ask them their age and they'll mumble something like, yeah, I'm 72, I'm 73. He says, but they hit 80. He said, I don't know what the heck it is. And it's just like, how old are you? And I said, I'm 80. He says, they're proud. All of a sudden they go crazy because they're 80. I hit 80 this year, and my son Greg over here calls me up. He says, Dad, I want to take you on a vacation this fall, coming up in October. I said, really? Why me? He said, you're 80, Dad. This is cool. I like this damn 80. I like it. Anyway, one of the things about getting old, I think, is I was born in '37. And this is hard to believe, but I have a pretty good memory about some things. And my dad's birthday was on December 7th. And in 1941, I was going to be 5 years old in January, in the next month. And we were sitting in that kitchen. I can still remember this. Something bad happened. And of course, it was Pearl Harbor, you see. And believe it or not, I can still remember this crisis situation with my mother and dad. Like, what's going on? I don't know what's going on, but I know something is going on. Well, later on, we were in the throes of what you hear about as the Great Depression. And we lived in 2 rooms in those days. I slept on the couch in the kitchen. And it wasn't like we were poor, everybody was poor. But my dad never had to go to the military. He was a welder in a bomb factory. So my mother goes to welding school, and she's a welder in the same bomb line. And, I used to walk by that, I'd turn out of school, and I'd walk by that factory every 5 days a week. And there'd be 1,000 bombs lined up in that field next to that factory. But anyway, those people and the vets today, this is Memorial Day weekend, right?
Yeah.
And we have we have vets here in this room. I happen to be one. And back during the war, it was kind of interesting. I remember things. My cousins. When I got to be 6 or 7, probably around 1943, they would have these scrap metal drives. When we were little kids, we'd go around in a wagon picking up scrap metal. We'd take it to these centers, and food was rationed. Of course, tires were rationed, gasoline was rationed. We used to get this white stuff in a plastic bag, and you'd break these little powdered yellow things into it and mix it up, and that was your butter. And they call it oleo. You remember this stuff?
Yeah.
Poor man's bread. Yeah. Of course, everybody smoked back then. Everybody smoked. My Aunt Carolyn had this little device where you'd put your papers in there and you'd roll up your tobacco and make your own cigarettes. They did that. All the stuff was rationed. I read a lot about World War II, and I can actually remember when my Uncle Lou was drafted. He was my favorite. My grandmother had 13 kids, by the way. 13. But Uncle Lou, I think it was about 1942, he got drafted. He was 36 years old when they drafted him. And they had a little get-together somewhere, and I was sitting on Lou's knee, and he went off to war, and he never came back till 45. He never came back. But when he did come back, I mean, the war was over, and that's the way it was. Those guys went off, and they were gone for the duration. Anyway, getting on a little more interesting stuff. About 1946, I ruptured an eardrum in a swimming pool, and the family still talked about it for 25 years. I was in a hospital with an ear infection for 3 weeks. Back in those 3 weeks. And you know what? Nobody ever mentioned health insurance back in 40. They didn't mention health insurance in 60. I had an appendectomy in 60. Spent a week in the hospital. Again, nobody ever said a word about health insurance. It was a non-entity. And today it's the major thing in your life. Anyway, my son Ray, he always says I grew up in the best of times. I grew up in the 50s. And I think my folks finally dug out of their depression economic situation. They bought a real nice house in 1950. We never had a car. I was probably 13 when they got their first car. And went to school, never stepped foot on a school bus in my life. I lived in a town where you walk 10 blocks to school, up a hill.
Both ways.
Some of these people. You know what? We walked to school 10 blocks and ran home for lunch and went back to school. And I'll tell you one thing, there was nobody overweight in that school. There were actually 2 kids that were overweight. We knew them. And today they'd call it bullying, but we called the one kid well belly and the other one was Glutzy because he was a glutton. And we rode him unmercifully. But we were good friends with those guys. I mean, it was just the way you did. But in I don't know what year, at age 12, I got my first job in a drugstore. I worked the front cash register selling cigarettes and bubble gum and chewing gum at age 12, 50 cents an hour. And then I caddied at the country club, and some of you know about that. It was a 4-hour thing to carry those bags. You got $1.75. And if the man liked you, you got $2. He gave you a quarter too. And I did that. Then I set up pins in a bowling alley at a fancy yacht club. They didn't have automatic pin setters in those days. We sat down there and we set up pins in that bowling alley. I was probably 15, but we did find one good thing. We found the combination to the lock where they stored the beer. So I hate to admit I was drinking beer at 15. Then I landed a real job. I got a job at the local newspaper for about an hour, and I guess that gave me enough money. Probably in 1953, I bought a 46 Ford Coupe, black, and that thing had a flathead V8 engine in it, and it was a nice car. I paid $250 for it, but you could buy a new one for $1,500 or $1,600. So I went to the Air Force in '54. I was 17. And I was supposed to go with a guy named Chuck McNeil. And we took our physicals and all that. And then we hadn't formally been inducted yet, but this guy fell in love and he said, "Sam, I can't go." And I said, "Well, I'm going." So I got on the bus to New York up to Sampson Air Force Base, and I went by myself. It was kind of cool. In the morning, everybody would fall out. You know how they do at 4 o'clock in the morning, getting ready to fall out. And everybody's in the bathroom shaving and stuff. I didn't shave. I was too young to shave. I brushed my teeth. I was out on the street right behind them. So I did that and spent my whole 3.5, 4 years in Kansas City, Missouri. I never could get out of there. I kind of wanted to, but I couldn't. So I got discharged in '58. And when I got discharged, I painted houses, collected unemployment, drove a taxi cab in Pittsburgh. And That was kind of fun. Finally, people ask me, why did you become a pharmacist? I was still like this because I used to read the one ads every day. And every day I saw 6 ads from pharmacists. I said, I'm going to do this thing. So I never cared much about grades in high school. I was, a C student or whatever it was, but I was real lucky in Kansas City. I took about 12 credits at the Kansas City Junior College. And the dean of the school, I had to have an interview with him. He was looking at my high school thing, and he was like, I don't know, I said, well, I don't have to really take the college entrance exams in those days. I said, I want to transfer in from Kansas City Junior College. And that's how I got into the school. Anyway, that was my deal on pharmacy, but Mike and I, when we were in pharmacy school, this is an interesting story. We got these jobs in a very first-class hospital that was really on the cutting edge, 500, 600 patients. Well, we got these jobs at this hospital, and every day at 5 o'clock, all the pharmacists would go home and leave me and Mike to run this 500 or 600 bed hospital. And illegal as hell. I mean, really illegal. Anyway, while I was in school, the tuition at this school today is in about $45,000 a year. This was a private college in Pittsburgh, right downtown. And I had the GI Bill. It was $1,000 a year. I got $990 from the GI Bill. And Janie knows this story. Me and my roommate lived in a condemned house for $60 a semester. $120 a year. It couldn't hurt the place. I loved it. Yeah. Went and talked to a guy in the next room and punched a hole through the wall. But then anyway, I graduated from there and I came down to Roanoke. I had to get a map. I always wanted to be a drug rep. I was working in that hospital and I'd see these, Scott Barry knows about this stuff. I'd see these drug reps come in with them suits on, driving the company car, looking good. I'm starving, I'm making $1.35 an hour. I said, I'm going to do this. So I get a job, they called me with Eli Lilly, and they said, would you go to Roanoke, Virginia? And I said, God, I don't know, I got to get a map. I looked it up. And I remember I said to the guys, I said, playing cards when they called me one night, playing cards. I said, you know what, it's going to be good hunting and fishing down there, I'm going. So I went down here, and when I got here, this place, there were no civic centers, there was no liquor by the drink, there was no Smith by the lake, none of this stuff was here. If you wanted to go out for an evening to some place like a restaurant, you had to take a bottle of whiskey, a bottle of Jim Beam in a brown bag and put it under your table, and that's how you got your liquor by the drink. And they said that was supposed to be good for not drinking too much and alcoholism, etc. You never drank so much in your life.